Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
What's up, dirty dogs?
What up, everybody? Guys, we're a little early, as you can see. We'll watch some of this and listen to these ding-dongs.
Why don't we meet in the park or an alley?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day.
Burger at 12 o'clock. That sounds good, but I'd rather meet you in the alley. I'm not going to buy you a burger.
Why don't you just do a cage match and then...
Stand by, DAV. Stand by.
Little ham radio, fight in the morning.
But, hey, meet me at Pettit Park. I'll tell you exactly where.
Good morning.
just scrap on the beach.
You should just stand by.
Look at the repeaters.
Well, that's too bad. There's a
One guy fighting three guys.
And I'm not hogging the repeater. There's a show in progress.
It's a show.
Show, Bug-Eye. To show with you because...
They call him Bug-Eye.
Sausage fingers, dipshit. You've never showed up anywhere. You're not going to take your big fat ass in that little leased Porsche and drive it to the San Fernando Valley. You won't do that because you're a coward.
Yeah, they call him Bug-Eye
Never say anything that's truthful.
because his eyes pop out.
Truthful 008. Everything.
Yeah, it's good to see you. What up, Brock?
Hey,
What's up, nerds and virgins? I'm both.
call the shots with me, dipshit. I'll tell you the alley that I want to meet you on Blackhawk, 16803 Blackhawk. Yeah, I'm sure that's where you go suck Blackhawk.
Oh,
Where you should show up if you want to meet me.
oh.
I don't want to meet you in a public place.
Hi, Terry.
Are you kidding me? You can step up to me.
Hi,
and
Lisa.
pretend like you're a
Hi,
big tough
Laguna.
guy, but that won't work too well for
Yeah, they're not on yet. They're still. Trust me, the second they go, we'll stop this.
you. Not scared of you.
This is just to entertain us
I've never been scared of
for
you.
the next 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
You meet me where I tell you to meet me. You're a coward. I don't want to meet you at the fucking police station or at In-N-Out Burger. I want to meet you where
Thank
there's
you, Dree.
nobody, where we can settle business. Have a little chit-chat with you.
I can
You're long overdue
settle
for
business.
chit-chat, right? Aren't you? I don't want to be seen anywhere around you in public. Freak show. I'd be embarrassed to be anywhere around you. That the public has, that they can see, videotape. No, I want to meet you where there's no cameras.
A lot of anger going on here.
Joke. Well, yeah, there's a lot of anger going on here.
Now there's 4 guys in there fighting one guy.
Nancy Gary's a coward. That's all there is to it. Well, next time you're at Ralph's, eyes in the back of your head, Bug-Eye.
This is ham radio.
A few hours ago, dipshit.
These are ham radio
Eyes in the
operators.
back of your head. Is that a criminal threat? At 10:08 a.m. Is that a criminal threat? Gary John Elmer, K6GE. Is that a criminal threat? Another one from your yapper hole? Eyes in the back of your head. Well, I'd rather have eyes in the back of my head if that were true than to look like you. Fat, beer belly, big mouth loser.
Hi, Jen. A little bit here and there. You know, a lot of it's still the same.
Kind of receding hairlines, big fat sausage fingers, skin cancer.
No, this is 450, Josh.
Got a fucking egotistical.
This is the other renegade repeater.
Ego is bigger than your brains. You're a fucking loser. Shut your fucking trap, Brad.
You notice there's 3 guys talking shit to him, right?
Big ego.
He's fighting all 3 at
You won't
once.
step to me because you know that you're a coward. Deep down inside, you're just a big man behind a microphone, but a little fucking nothing.
Hi, Calamity Girl.
A zilch, a nada in person. Describes you perfectly. Oh, you're a zero.
Hi, Wade.
You're a loser. That's why you lost your
What's up,
real
Matt?
estate license. It doesn't matter how many years ago you lost it because you're dishonest. You're a cheat.
This is Highland Hills in Minnesota.
Loser. Arrogant. You lost the broker's license
I mean, it's better than staring at this shit.
years ago.
You know what I mean?
Liar, a
You don't really want to read and bother with this, right? So I figured watch this and listen to these ding-dongs. It's entertaining for the next 4 more minutes until they start. Hi, Kay. Hi, Blushing.
Sir Gary John Elmer, doing about face, forward march, walk of shame, you bitch. Mark Sherrill.
You know how it is, Butter. They don't care. Just out there to enjoy. They're kids mostly.
You were sent. Wow.
Cold, hot,
You better
dry,
do your
wet.
homework, though.
Don't matter.
The names you're reading,
It's time to have fun.
really valid.
It's good exercise for
Do
these
your
kids.
homework.
Get out and have fun, exercise, instead of sitting home playing video games or hanging out on the computer.
Lisa Elmer. Do you want me to give you some others?
What's up, Christopher? Shout out to you and the rest of Buffalo.
Elmer.
To be a kid again, that's it.
Of them, your entire fucking fit. Really?
They enjoy themselves
You know
here.
them? Yeah.
Looks like a fun place, you know.
Love your back. Wow. Like you know some of my family? Just keep reading those names, bitch. 008. And so is Nicole. You can read 2 names.
They're doxing each other now.
Courtney. Hey, how many more? They'll just say, yeah, he's the family fucking freak. We nothing. Wow. Your own kid, Garrett Elmer, when he was on the radio, he's a licensed ham. He was saying what a dipshit you are. Don't judge me by my dad. Don't judge me because my daddy's a dipshit.
I'm going to go run in the other room, film up my coffee, just to finish off the rest of it, and I'll be right back that way before they start. You guys can enjoy the other show.
He doesn't have respect for you.
Be right back. In less than 1 minute. Because they are about to start right now, guys.
Can't answer that either, huh? With KI6EPS, Garrett John Elmer, come out and tell everyone that his daddy's a dipshit. Kind of like really weird. Yeah, kind of like you. Well, so you're saying your kid's weird, kind of like you? That's sad. Garrett John Elmer didn't have really nice things to say about you.
All right, I'm back.
All right, Porky, I'm done. Have a good one. All right, Porky.
Porky.
You think you're a pork chop? Take
Porky
a look
Pig.
in the mirror.
Yeah, they still haven't started yet.
K6G.
I'm back.
Take a look in the mirror, you gassy, out of shape, fat fuck loser. That describes you, guy that's lost his real estate broker's license because of dishonesty, moral turpitude.
What's up, Devil Doc?
And about to lose it again.
Hey, gentlemen.
And again and again. What are you gonna do?
Hi,
then?
BJ. Hi, Fizzy.
Smoke
Hi, Weed
marijuana
Whacker.
And drink Captain Morgan and try to dox people on the air. And then, I've had enough. I'm gonna do an about face, a forward march, a walk of shame because N6EKZ just handed me a new ass. I'm too much of a coward to step right to him, so I'm just gonna name 100 names.
He's on the couch. I just saw him right now, CB. He's sleeping on the couch.
Spit him up. I'm gonna watch a video.
They've been doing this shit for 30 years. All right, guys.
Sounds like you're fucking a loser. It sounds like you're a
Year 2024. My name is Marquis Dawson. I serve as President Pro Tem of the City Council.
outside of
Public comment will be taken both in person and in the
All right.
council chambers via teleconference for today's meeting. Let's begin our proceedings.
They're all ham radio operators,
Calling the roll, Madam
but
Clerk.
they've known each other for 20, 30, 40 years in some instances. So they fight constantly all the fucking time with each other about everything and make fun of each other all the time. And that Gascon over there to the left, white dude holding up the coffee, drinking coffee over there.
Harris, Dawson, Hernandez,
Going
Hutt,
in the back right now?
Victorian,
Kinda
Lee,
looks like him.
McCosker, Padilla, Part, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 11 members present and quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval of minutes of January 23rd,
Morning, Stephen.
2024.
Councilmember
Barrett?
Rahman moves. Councilmember Blumenfield seconds.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Soto Martinez moves. Councilmember Padilla seconds. Next.
Items 1 and 2 are items which public hearings have been held. The committee report for item number 1 has
Kayla,
been
go on for
submitted
hours
and
like that.
posted online under its respective council file. Items 3 through 13 are items which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
They'll dox each other, send each other disgusting gifts. You know what I mean? Glitter bombs and dildos and
All right,
all
do members
kinds of
have
shit.
items they'd like to call special? Mr. Price.
butt plugs.
Thank you, Mr. President. Out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to recuse myself from item 2.
Of course, out of an
My wife's
abundance
employer
of
has
caution,
worked
the indicted one.
in the past.
All right.
Shout out to
Price
Grady, the
recusing
indicted
himself.
one.
Item number 2. Mr. Blumenfield. All right. Item 2. Other specials? Mr. McCosker.
He can't figure out whether it's ramen or Rahman.
Or to continue item 13
None of
to
the other ones
January
can't
30th.
figure it out either.
All right. Without objection, that'll be the order.
Hey, his
Item
shank's
13
going
to
away. Shit,
January-
yeah.
to what
Old
date?
Buckethead
Mr.
took that
McCosker?
shank, took that shake
January
down a
30th.
few notches in just a few
All
hours.
right. And I have an amendment for item 9 that I'll ask the city attorney to read into the record.
Yes, so, Mr. President, the motion reads that I move that item 9 on today's council agenda be amended to adopt the following revision to the duration of the extension as denoted in bold and additional recommendation. 1. Resolve to hereby extend the provisions of Municipal Code Section 16.02.1 relief from specified land
I
use
think he fell
provisions
asleep in the
to
Prius
provide
again. Look at the back of his hair,
temporary
guys.
regulatory relief from certain time limitations and automobile parking provisions during and for an additional, and this is the new
Look at his hair in the back.
12 months period for a total of 24 months after the termination or expiration of the local emergency order as provided in that section. And 2, instruct the Department of Building and Safety, Planning Department, and any other relevant department to provide a report with recommendations before this 12-month extension expires on businesses impacted by this resolution, and if additional extensions are necessary, and how
What's
this
up,
may
Love
impact
Clouds?
the
I
city.
feel a little,
Is there a second to
small
this
steps in the
motion?
right direction.
All right.
Bad head.
Any other specials?
But people know you're fucking
All right,
gonna see ya
seeing none,
on
Madam
television.
Clerk,
Why not comb it?
What items do we have available to?
At least wet your
Vote on at
fingers
this
and
time?
run your
Mr. President,
Run your
council may
fingers through
now
your
vote
wet,
on
hair.
Item number 1, sir.
comb it with ease.
All right. Without objection, that's before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Hey, how come they haven't been honoring anybody
All right,
lately?
now
What's
we
up?
will
Did
go
they run
to
out of
the
a
public
peachy
comment
folders?
section of our meeting. Public comment.
What's
will
going
be-
on?
Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I just want to call 11 for special, please. Comments?
So we call 11 special. All right. We'll now move on to public comment on agenda items noted for public hearing and items for which public hearings have not been held. Please note today's meeting includes a call-in option for public comment. Public comment will be taken both in person in this council chamber as well as through teleconference. Madam Clerk, would you please read out the call-in information that was also provided in writing on the agenda?
Yes, Mr. President. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call
You want to call in? Right there's the number.
254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466
Right, Brock?
and then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. When it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press *6 to unmute. Again, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number
Me too, Jorge. Me too. I'm tired.
160-535-8466.
Barely got
and
up.
press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted to the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. When it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press *6 to unmute.
To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone, please state which of the agenda items you would like to speak to.
Like Brock and
you will
Jason
have
calling
1 minute
them.
per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from
Or
me
if we
or the
can't
president.
tell you're on topic.
At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic.
Immediately.
If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment are 3 through
heating up our
13.
first bag.
So again, that's items 3 through 13.
Who's this Taylor? I don't know, but
Members of the public may also speak
definitely
for
not
up to
fitted
1 minute for
properly, or
general
it
public
was
comment,
when he was a little thinner,
which will be held at
which
the
I've had
end
that
of this
same
meeting.
problem too.
During general
Get a
public
suit, you
comment,
get fatter.
members may
Then it
speak
fits
to
like
any
that.
of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in, when it is your turn to speak, an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press *6
That's
to
why you got to
unmute
have a
yourself.
thin suit and a
If
fat
you do not
suit.
do so, council staff will prompt you once more.
Either way, you're good.
At that point, you need to immediately unmute yourself, or unfortunately, you will forfeit your speaking time and we will have to move on to the next caller. Finally, because of a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, 2 things are important. First, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep an ear to the phone so you know in real time when it is your turn to press *6 to unmute. Second, if you're listening to this meeting on another device, please turn down the volume on that device immediately when it is your turn to speak. Between the time delay and feedback, it will cause a great deal of confusion if you continue to listen on your other devices. So just as a quick reminder, right now we are only going to be taking public comment on the agenda items that are open for public comment. So that is 3 through 13. Thank you.
I let down. Yeah, he should be pissed. He was there.
All right, so we'll begin
Jacked him out.
with the first list of names. If you'll line up.
Because he usually
on your
signs
left
up,
and
then
my-
he goes
on
to
my
the
right
other
side
room.
of
He goes
the
outside and has
chamber
coffee and waits.
and come up in
So he
any
has
order
to
once
listen
your
to all
name
this
is called.
garbage.
And remember, we're speaking only on agenda items available for public comments.
Okay, so remember, agenda items
Shayna
first.
England.
Then
Ray
everybody
Lopez
comes back.
Chang, John Scudder. Goat Puppet.
Oh, there's Goat Puppet. There's Spidler. Goat Puppet.
Andrew Grapener.
Up there's over or under on ums. Guys, let's do a over under 20. Over under 20. Put your bet in now. Over or under 20 because he's number 3, I believe. And he's got his
And you don't need to speak in the order in which
Black
your name
Lives
was
Matter
called.
t-shirt
so once
on.
Your name is called. Please proceed.
The white savior,
to your
Andrew
left-hand side of
Graebner.
the chamber, so that you can come
the
up to
great
speak.
white hope. He's going to save the black folks. Here he is. Oh, he's first. Under, over. Here we go.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak
Oh, I
to?
thought they disbarred you wrote. Let's see. We have items. It's a bunch of them. 7. I have like 9, 10. A bunch of them.
He's got 3.
Okay,
Hasn't
so
started.
you have 3 minutes for the items. Please begin.
All right. So we have. We'll start off with item 7. That is a motion from known racist Kevin De Leon for charter school buses. I mean, the LAUSD already has a huge fleet of school buses, so I'm not sure what. And of course, it's, not even like you're funding field trips or anything with this motion. It's just, I don't know if this is just like embezzling money to some friend of Kevin De Leon but it's just weird because like the LAUSD already has a lot of school buses. So what's the charter bus thing for?
6.
let's see. We have. It'd be nice if all the staffers would, stop trying to distract the council members. You can all shut up for a minute, and the council members. Melda, want to pay attention to Melda? Melda. Let's see. We have item 9. That is it looks like removing some restrictions for parking for business owners. Looks like, but you're constantly targeting unhoused people in RVs and such. But it looks like your developer, rich business owner friends are okay with the parking. You can just let them park wherever they want, whenever they want. But if it's an unhoused person, then just arrest them or just force them to go to some camp somewhere, RV camp somewhere. Can anyone actually hear me with all these staffers continuously chatting as loudly as possible?
Oh, Mr. Gravener, I'm going to need you to stick to
Nobody wants to hear you, Andrew.
I'm trying to get them to pay attention. Item 10 is motion for some historical landmarks. We have offices for a black-owned newspaper so you can virtue signal, things like that.
You virtual signal all day.
On the council. Right, Imelda?
That's all you do.
Let's see. We have, I guess that'll be all for now. Just why don't you get your council members to pay attention? Would you stop chatting with your staffer, Imelda, and pay attention to the public?
19. Oh, one under. Boy, that was a close one, Billy. Oh, 21, 22. You crazy.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak
19. Stop it.
Yes, let's see here. We'll just go for all the fucking items.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items. Please begin.
Yes. So let's see here. Oh, Imelda deferred number 13 because she's sneaky. Let's give her a hand. Well done. Yeah, very good. Yes. Yes. Notice how she pays attention, Kevin. See that? Yes, when it comes to the money. Yum, 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 yum. Yes. And then we have let's see here. We have commission appointments to the Cannabis Commission, number 12. They never meet. Every fucking time. Even Imelda admitted that. Yeah, the Cannabis Commission's not meeting. Imelda promised to put those appointments off until they start meeting. She's a liar if she votes for number 12. You're lying. And then we have number 11. Kevin wants to talk about the board of what? Building and Safety Commissioners. Oh, yes. One of the 3 things you have to do according to United States versus Jose Huizar, you have to pay off the building inspectors, donate to the office holder account, and pay off the council members. Let's give the city a hand. Well done. Yeah.
What's up, Carolina with a big bear?
Yes, that's right. All for the price of Jose Huizar's asshole in a federal pen for the next 12 years. I think
Caroline?
that's a good bargain. Let's see here, Marchese. Are you going to make that trade?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, continue stealing. Well done. Then we have, let's see here, other kinds of shit. Oh, price, number 2. The indicted one. Oh, almighty indicted one. Oh,
Speaker,
how we worship
number 2
you.
is not open for public comment.
Well,
shout out to the indicted one.
Asshole, if you were listening, Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head, I love you.
Yes, that Potato Head. You would know that number 2, the indicted one, has recused himself, but he's still sitting in his chair.
So again, this is your final warning. Please move on to the other items,
How
or you're
the
going to
fuck
forfeit
can
the
it
rest
be,
of your
sir?
time. Item number 2 is not open for public comment.
He recused himself. We'll just get on to the topic.
But you can speak to that during general if you'd like to.
Ow! Did you see what he... Ow! Stay on the goddamn topic. I told you, animal. I'm sorry. Then can we talk about CD11, number 3? It's on Kitty Hawk Avenue. Meow. That's right. And I hate fucking cats. No one number 3. And then number 4, CD10, the fake councilwoman Heather Hutt has never received a vote spending our goddamn money like an asshole. Yes, and number 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10, joining forces to steal federal and state funds, in my opinion. I'll be back to trash the Armenian pink-skinned dictator real soon. Thank you.
That's right, Paul Martin Krokurin, you racist pink-skinned Nazi pig motherfucker.
Let's get it, Bill. He'll be
Morning.
back.
Which items would you like to speak to?
Remember, they're all coming back.
I'm only gonna. Hello.
All of them
I'm
have
only
to come
gonna
back.
speak on one right now. Topic 13.
So you have 1 minute for item 13. Please begin.
So in regards to this in the city planning and wanting to streamline this act for affordable housing, I think that this needs to be done. I'd also like to see more of these agendas put on the docket. I mean, we do not have enough affordable housing here in Los Angeles, and this is a 78 unit with 100% of it going to affordable housing. Where in most times right now, less than 15% of a project is dedicated to affordable housing. So I do think this needs to be streamlined, and I think it needs to get pushed through, and I think the council needs to work diligently on finding more affordable housing so that
She may call in, Bob.
do something with all this temporary
I don't see her
housing.
in there.
We spend a lot of money on plastic shelters and huts, and we need to be taking that money and converting some of those into RVs. We have an RV problem.
Thank you, Big Bear Highway. I appreciate you. Thank you for being
Eddie
a
Navarrete
family member.
and Jeff Cohn.
Yes, guys, they force them to talk about what they want to talk about. Then everybody comes back again for free public comment. They can say whatever they want. Talk about grilled cheese and mashed potatoes.
Items 9 and
Don't matter. They can't stop us. They can be as racist as they want.
Please begin.
It's free speech.
Eddie Navarrete with the Independent Hospitality Coalition. We don't need, here to speak on support of 200380S2 and item 11, we don't need reports to tell us our local economy is in peril. That for lease signs plague our neighborhoods like never before. Just take a tour on 2nd Street on your way to Grand Central Market and you'll see the misfortune that lies there. That crime and impacts to our local businesses are higher than they ever were before. I actually don't think
Yes,
reports
Mammoth.
can keep up because we don't have the staff to do the work. We don't have money to give businesses, but you can pass policy that even if it is just incremental, it is doing the right thing. The Emergency Planning Ordinance, or 200380S2, will extend parking relief for new and existing businesses for another 2 years. And based on our work with the EWDD under Council File 200499, we discovered 30% of LADBS engineer time is spent on deciphering complicated parking requirements. Passing this policy gives us 2 more years of that time back to LADBS. Even as it just
Speaker, you've exhausted your 1 minute on this item. Please move on to the other item.
Even if it's just 5 people, we are using this ordinance, we are doing the right thing. I definitely wanted to speak to Carissa Hernandez being appointed for the Building and Safety Commissioners. I think that's a great idea, great community advocate. Thank you, council members.
Good morning,
Happy
mate.
New Year. I look forward to working with you on important items this coming 2024. I yield my time.
Yeah, they purposely changed it up so that way they force these people to talk about agenda items only. Then they do all their crap and make it take as long as they can so that way people won't wait for their public comment.
Specific items.
That's what they do. They're basically shutting them down without shutting them down, in a sense. Punishing them, making them wait.
Would you like to speak on?
No other way.
Yeah, it's Eric Previn.
Let's go, the lawyer.
Available items in a general public.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes.
Love
for
Eric
the
Previn.
items. Please begin.
Okay, for the record, it's 10:34, so you're moving quickly. Okay, item 1. I had a
Attorney.
question about item 1.
So,
Why
Mr. Previn,
are we not allowed
item
to-
number 1 is not open for
Yeah.
public comment. So please stick to the
But
items.
it's
That would be
about preventing digital
that would be
discrimination.
3 through 13.
Okay, fine. So then item 2 is also off the docket?
Correct.
Okay, then let's move forward. Oh, so you've got a stack of REAP items. Well done, Grote. Did you and Avak cook that up in the evening? REAP items are resolutions to remove properties. Good work. Nobody really has much to say about that.
Yeah, eminent
Well
domain.
done. I must say. Very, very nicely done. How about cultural historic landmarks?
Smoke.
Those are available. I noticed the California Eagle, which is an African-American publication from
That's it,
years
Mammoth.
ago, that I will say
You see
this,
it.
the office, it employed a very impressive person named Maggie May Hathaway.
Hi,
you
Pete.
remember her, Grote? She was a reporter there.
Morning.
She was actually an American activist and also a singer. She sang and came to Hollywood. You know, she frequently was cast as sort of the Egyptian. She had a very exotic look, very beautiful woman. And she was a golfer. So Matt Knobby could take note. You probably guys don't know Matt Knobby. He hides behind the whole Englander affair, made it a little hard for him to come out in public. But they run American golf. And one of the golf courses in the county's bouquet is called the Maggie Hathaway course. It's down near the airport. It's a small, beautiful county golf course. And it just underscores how appalling the city and the county have been with making public parks available for constituents. We are such a park-poor environment, and yet we still find a way to give the available parkland we do have over to private equity interests like American Golf. It's run by a billionaire jerk on top of everything else named Wesley Edens. You could look it up, but don't get into it. It's too upsetting. Let's, in the meantime, protect this church. And by the way, the cultural historic landmarks coming out, also protecting
So, Mr. Previn, you've exhausted your minute on this item. Please move on to another item.
Hi, Christy.
I don't
Hi,
think
60
it was a full
Patriot.
minute on that. I'll question that later. Sure. Let's go on to the cannabis.
Josh?
I will say this about cannabis. The city of Los Angeles, one of the greatest cities in America, with wonderful museums and cultural, recognition up the yin-yang. We have a lot going on here. Set out to create a sane licensing program for cannabis, which in California was a thing. What ensued was one of the most embarrassing, Herb Wesson, Marquis Harris Dawson, the original, one of the most embarrassing corruptions I've ever seen. Nobody could believe it. Fortunately, the LA Times was imploding at that time as well, so the coverage was kind of skewed and nobody could really focus on it. But we heard hundreds of angry business people, mom and pops, come down.
Your time has expired. Next caller.
Oh, man. Right when he was getting into the
Caller
cannabis
Adams,
talk.
speaking.
No! Damn it.
Caller ending in 7255. Please press *6 to unmute.
Remember, they'll all come back.
And 13.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the item.
Previn will
Please
be
begin.
back for public comment.
Yeah, on 11, the funding, it's not, you're asking for funding, but we need to look at where you guys asked for LAPD funding, but you didn't once ask for lighting to do funding. They need the overtime to do the work on replacing that. But they're coming out of the general funds and no proposition in the city council. Again, you forget about the people that do the work. It's not an understanding here why, if safety is the issue, we can't get the funding to the people that actually do the work. Every time in there, it's always LAPD overtime, LAPD overtime. They don't pick up the trash and they don't install those lights. Get the safety, the money to the people that do the work. Number 13, affordable housing. You guys keep using that as a broad term. That's like attorney. Well, what kind of attorney are you? Carpenter. What kind of a carpenter are you? Affordable housing needs to be used with the idea that's affordable to the people, the constituents in the area. Well, we don't know that price yet. Then it's not affordable because they could shoot that rent up to $3,500 a month, and then you started your own gentrification. When you're building 78 units, you need to shoot a number and let the people know what it's going to be at the end. Well, kind of close to, I get it. I do construction. I know something's changed, but make it public information. You guys, the broad umbrella term, affordable homes. You've never done construction or had construction done at your home? Give a number to the end result. Thank you. I'll wait for public comment.
Yeah, he was referring to the lights on the bridge that we saw yesterday that they stole. And it's going to cost us taxpayers $2.5 million to replace the copper wiring to fix the lights. After $550 million to build the bridge last year.
Caller ending in 9519, please press star 6 to unmute.
So 552 and a half
Caller ending
million.
in 9519, please press star 6 to unmute.
For one bridge. We're talking about a bridge that's a quarter mile long, I bet. You know, maybe a little longer than a quarter mile.
Caller,
I
what
don't know.
items would you like to
It'd
speak
take
on?
longer. Insane.
Call-in user, please press star 6 to
Man,
unmute.
is this fucking sound guy fucked up again? I'm busy over here trying to hit on this chick, talking to the cop.
Yes, good morning.
50
I
guns.
would like to speak on the, let's say it directly, the weed motion.
Let's talk- the
and
weed.
also, Mr. Dawson, I hope you'll call me back for public comment.
Sorry, so you
Ms.
identified
Heather
one
Hahn, you know
item,
what?
so
You're
you
one
have
of the
1
nicest
minute.
people.
Please begin.
I would vote for you any time, and I look forward
He's
to
not even listening.
being elected, and I can then say that you know, I'm a part of your district, even though you're in a different district. You represent me. But let's call it like it is: weed, marijuana. It's one of the things that the city has really screwed up. And along with that, it's like when they come up to Reseda on top of the hill, and because you guys removed the parking situation after 6 in the morning, they're smoking their marijuana, their weed, pop uis, doing all this stuff.
Pop uis.
But you know what? Hopefully we'll get a hold of this one day, and we can give our neighborhoods back to the people who live in that area. Thank you.
That's Mr. Tire Graffiti. Shout out to him. Hit the guns, a.k.a. Tire Graffiti, a.k.a. Popping Uis. That's doing donuts to him. Popping Uis, high on their weed. Can't even hear.
Sorry, we can hardly hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
This is Ruth. I'd like to speak on all available items, please.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the available items. That would be 3 through 13. So please begin.
3 to 13. Okay, thank you. So I wanted to talk about Kevin De Leon hiring charter buses. I want to know what they're for.
There he is.
And where they're going. If he's not funding an event for them, why does he have to take them anywhere? Like, this seems really suspect. I wanted to speak on. Oh, I guess I can't speak on. I can't speak on number 1 or 3, or 1 or 2. I mean.
Item 3 is open. 1 and 2 are not.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I really wanted to speak on 2 items yesterday that were very important, and I wasn't able to speak because you lowered my hand, so I couldn't do general public comment. And also, when I was called to unmute, you muted me again. So I just basically wanted to say that you're messing with general public comment, and people aren't being able to be heard. And I think people should be able to speak on item number 1 because that's exactly what it's about.
So, Speaker,
That's it. Communists.
So I need you to get on topic, or we're going to move on.
Communists. That's what they are. Every one of them are commies.
Speak to one of the
Their little
open
kids are little commies growing up.
You need to announce when you lower hands. So I'm going to try to give general public comment. Please say if I need to raise my hand.
Okay, Speaker, I can barely hear you, but it sounds like you're still talking about general public comment. So we're going to move on to the next caller, but you're welcome
If you
to
lower
stick
my
around
hand,
if you'd like to speak at general public comment.
Caller, what items would you like to speak on?
Dumped her. Straight commies.
I'll pass.
Okay, next caller.
What do you mean you'll pass? Pass for what?
Caller, what items would you like to speak
Damn
on?
it right there. Oh, pass. Huh. Okay.
Caller ending in 8426, please press star 6 to unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Which items would you like to speak to?
11 and 13.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items. Please begin.
Smoke and scan in the house. Damon is the man. And hello, communist war pigs. Yes, that is what you are. And we know it. And we're all watching you. As you funnel money.
So,
into
Speaker, I can't tell which
affordable
item you're
housing.
speaking to. So you identified, I believe, 11, and I'm sorry, I can't remember. So
Big ups
please
to
stick
Shelley.
the items that you would
13. Please try to remember. Please try to use your brain.
Giant, isn't it?
13 is about affordable housing, a problem that keeps you communist in your job, gives you job security, keeping people homeless. And I can tell you what buses, those charter buses that Kevin De Leon is using those for, to bus in the new slaves. The new slaves from different countries. Because the Americans won't put up with your crap anymore. You bunch of war pig communists.
It's true.
So you can suck it, because we don't believe anything you say, and we know that you're not doing anything to help. You're just making yourself, giving yourself job security by creating chaos, just like a communist does. So suck it.
That's it. Shout out to Shelley, man. Dropping some real truth dimes on them.
Caller ending in 554. Please press star 6 to unmute.
Gotta remember, it's this guy up here makes everybody sound like shit.
Hello.
Oh, Sean from Canoga.
Which items would you like to speak
Hello.
13 and 7.
I'm sorry, did you say 2 and 7?
13.
No, 13 and 7.
13 and 7. Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items. Please begin.
Item 7. Item 7, I'm against Kevin De Leon's charter school bus. Item 13, I'm for the homeless people. We need to give them shelter.
Open up your house to him.
Thank you.
John, it's real simple, Sean. Open up the door to your apartment or your
Back
house.
for general public comments.
Put as many as you can in there, Sean. Be that savior, Sean. Be that
Caller, what
savior.
items would you like to speak on?
How come everybody who says that never has not one
Caller ending in
homeless person in their
1403.
house?
Please
Not
press
one.
star 6 to unmute.
But they all tell you, they all gaslight you. But they don't ever want to take them into their own houses. How come? Oh, fire this guy. This sounds
Caller, what items
terrible.
would you like to speak on?
Yeah, shout out to Shelley.
Caller, which items would you like to speak to?
It's true, Randy.
All items.
Oh, it's
So
Stacy.
I can see that it's Stacy Segarra Bollinger. So I'm going to ask.
Oh,
that
they know her by just
you have
voice.
3 minutes for the
It's
items.
Stacy
Please begin.
Segarra Bollinger.
Okay, cool. Could you please
Hold
remind
on
me
just
what
one second.
items-
Mr. Spindler, sorry, your time is paused. Mr.
is
Spindler, you know the rules. Do not disrupt public comment,
There he is.
including the remote public comment. So
There
this
he
is your
is.
first and only formal warning. Sorry, please
First
begin.
one. Fuck you. You.
I'm
Fuck
sorry,
you.
Can you just remind me which items are available for comment?
Yes, so it's items 3 through 13.
Items 3 through 13. Excellent. So we have a lot of rent escrow account program motions here, also known as REAP. And for those who don't know, that's when landlords are in violation of the law. They're not holding their end of the bargain as far as keeping a pretty habitable, clean property. But the tenants do not get a break on rent when they don't get a safe place to move. They just have to put their rent money in a separate account.
Can't even hear you.
And then after the landlord meets abatement agreements, they get
Turn
all
her
of that
down.
money. It would be interesting if that's how we dealt with other crimes. When someone stole something, they just had to get it back. When someone breaks something, all they have to do is fix it. There's no other kinds of restitution. I think what we need to do is legalize rent strikes. I think that demonstrates better ethics than rent escrow account programs in places that's been issued. Item 7 is De Leon and Cynthia for charter bus services. I like charter buses. I love buses in general. I think they're great modes of transportation, but I don't like how close Padilla and Ms. Imelda Padilla and racist Kevin De Leon are. He was seen calling around at her campaign event. Bob was there. Paul was there, which was funny because at one time Paul called for his resignation, and now he's hanging out with him at campaign events. So we have cannabis regulation department, communication. Interesting thing about cannabis is the city is more than willing to profit from tax revenue and regulation fees from the cannabis industry, but city workers still need to test negative for cannabis to be offered jobs. So when it comes to, profit and moving economic interests, yes. When it comes to personal choice and freedom about what we do in our recreational spare time, no. And I think that points to our priorities as a city and the council as a body. And then we have the municipal code, land use provisions, temporary regulatory relief of time limitations for automobile parking provisions. Parking is a serious issue. We need to spending more time getting cars off of the road rather than trying to mitigate parking further, mitigate traffic further. What works great in mitigating traffic and parking is getting people out of their cars.
So, caller, your time has expired.
Mr. Price.
Yeah, they do their best to. Dude, he's terrible at this fucking. He's sitting there drinking. I can see him right there up in the podium. He ain't paying attention.
Get Mr. Price's microphone.
His fucking mic's
on.
not working. See, that's what I'm saying. Dude's over there enjoying a drink, not paying attention. Like, you have all this time to have your drink before.
Until Friday.
This is 2 hours where you don't do nothing but fucking look and listen.
Item 10 till Friday, January 26th, without objection.
Another DEI hire, ladies and gentlemen. DEI hire. This is why you get the best for the job, no matter what the color of skin or whether they have a fucking vagina or a penis. Okay? You get the best for the job. That obviously ain't the best for the job.
Caller, what items would you like
It
to
is
speak on?
pathetic, Randy. They do that especially to people like, Stacy and Eric, because they're always
hi,
opposing
can you hear
them.
me?
Daniel Gus.
Yes, we can. Which items would you like to speak to?
Great. All items in general, public comments, so I'll stay on hold for that, but all items for now.
So you have 3 minutes for the items. That would be 3 through 13. So please begin.
Great. Hi, danielgus.substack.com, and my new column today about the chaos at the LA Times, and more chaos at the LA Times relates directly to some of the issues here. For example, because the LA Times is so agenda-driven, Item 8 is about the Department of Cannabis Regulation. When this department was started, you had a nice professional woman named Kat Packer, who was chosen for the job, we were told, because of her race and because of her gender and because of her sexual orientation. And, of course, those things matter to you, pandering, instead of hiring the best person, not somebody who checks all the demographics. So that's why we have a problem with problem 8. And, of course, the LA Times now is paying for it with mass layoffs and more layoffs, if not a complete shutdown of the LA Times between now and the end of the year, which is what some of us are predicting. So for item number 8, these are problems that should have been addressed when you hired Kat Packer. They should have been vetted by the LA Times. And by the way, you have a problem now with item number 8 on the agenda, which has made the illegal marijuana, the illegal cannabis in Los Angeles, less expensive because stuff that you're regulating is so over-regulated, is so overtaxed.
So, Mr. Gus, you've used your 1 minute on this item. Please move on to another item.
Great. I'll continue that thought with item number 12, which is the appointment of Mario Melendez to the Cannabis Regulation Commission. And I don't know Mr. Melendez, but I have a feeling, because based on your application and the letter from the mayor to your city council offices, make sure that Mr. Melendez's gender is taken into consideration. Mr. Melendez's ethnicity is taken into consideration, where Mr. Melendez lives is taken into consideration, instead of, is he the very best person for the job? Maybe he is. But why are you focused on somebody's gender and race and zip code instead of the only question that matters? Do they have a conflict of interest? And is this the best person for the job? That's why today on danielgus.substack.com, I point the finger at the LA Times for not vetting these problems when this department was established, and this city council hired a woman named Kat Packer based maybe on qualifications, but front and center was her race and her gender and her sexual orientation. And that's why the LA Times, as I write today on danielgus.substack.com, is likely to shut.
I love Daniel Gus, dude. Because, again, he's a writer, guys. He's going in on
Caller,
them.
what items would you like to speak on?
And that's how it is. They shut him down real quick. Super clear telephone. Yeah. Again,
Third time you
DEI.
called me, I'm holding for public comment, please. I'm going back on public comment.
No, they'll hang up on you now, Candido, and you won't be having your public comments. Remember, Candido's coming back. Let's see if when we go back to our...
Put me back on general public comment.
Sorry.
Sound
Next
guy.
caller? Thank you.
Sound guy. Wake up, sound guy. You should be listening to what they're saying too, sound guy.
Caller, what items would you like to speak on?
Fucking how hard is it, dude? Let's see if he comes back. He said he wanted to. Let's see if he
Caller,
makes
please
it back.
press *6 to unmute.
I have a feeling he ain't. He ain't coming back. He will not be heard. People tell me these people
Caller,
are
what items
communists.
would you like to speak on?
People that get offended by me calling them communists are the people that vote for these fucking morons.
Okay. Next caller.
And you too, that vote for them, are puppets.
All right, that exhausts our speakers on specific items on the agenda. Madam Clerk, what's available for us to vote on?
Mr. President, Council
That's
may now
it,
vote
Ian. You
on
know.
items 3
know, Ian.
through 8, as well as 12, sir.
All right, those items are before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's
Shocking. Yeah, no Mr.
Next
Herman for a
would
couple
be
days, Mark. I haven't seen
item
him.
2, and that was
Couple
called
shows, rather.
special for comments by Councilmember Blumenfield.
What, her
And a
voice?
recusal by Councilmember Price.
Caller, how does my
So
vagina
for the
look?
record, Councilmember Price has recused himself for item number 2.
Do you think she wears a mask on her
We'll go to
vagina?
Mr. Blumenfield for comments.
Great, thank you,
Right.
colleagues. I just wanted to flag this. It's important. Last year, the council and the mayor supported the creation of a housing department's fast-track loan program to fill the funding shortfalls for Triple H and affordable housing projects that were already in the pipeline. Our partners in the affordable housing and permanent supportive housing space, they're continuing to feel the effects of the economy and recovery, seeing higher interest rates and construction costs. And today's actions continues the city's support for these
She's
critical
not wearing no
projects
panties? Ooh.
already in the pipeline. But I wanted to flag it because this is a big deal. We're spending a lot of money, and it means that the units that we've approved are actually much more costly. They were already extremely costly, but now they're even more. That means less dollars that we have for other solutions. And it's
I agree,
frustrating
Big Bear.
because, you know, we want to be, as the council, developing these policies on where our critical housing dollars get spent, and we're kind of backed into a corner because we have to deal with this. There's an emergency. If we don't do it, these projects that are already in the pipeline, some of them already built, will go under. So we take the dollars that we have and we basically put them into
Bail
projects
them
that
out.
are already in the pipeline. We have to do it. But looking ahead, this council will need to be engaged in how we allocate our limited housing dollars.
No, you can sell it to a
meet the
developer,
obligations
take
we
that
have in the
money and
city,
reinvest it
to
back.
produce goals, to increase
that.
affordability, and to improve throughput for the thousands of people that are in our interim sites. All this is going to require collaboration with our partners, including how we integrate the energy around ULA. And we use ULA in a holistic
makes the
manner
rules,
and a
Cam?
strategic plan for the city, because this is very much what we're doing here is very much a part of the goals of ULA, and it's very much a part of the goals that we have as housing. And we are one city, and we need to find the most efficient and effective ways to provide the affordable housing. So it's a conversation I'm looking forward to. I don't think it's controversial. We don't really have a choice. We kind of have to do this. But I wanted to flag it and make people realize there's a lot of money that we're putting forward to fill a gap that none of us anticipated or wanted.
Of course you didn't, Blob. Sit down.
Thank you.
Because you're not
so
smart
much,
enough to
Phil.
see
No
the
other
fucking
speakers. Item 2
the
is
whole
now
thing
before us.
through.
Let's open the roll. Close the
Anything you
roll,
do is going to be over
tabulate the
budget.
vote.
12 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Next is item number 9, and there was an amendment on this matter.
All right. Item 9 is before us. Seeing no speakers, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right.
It's not time yet. 29
What's next?
The last item is item 11, and that was called special by Councilmember De Leon.
Mr. De Leon.
Last Good job. Good job. Good morning, colleagues. Today I rise with great pride to introduce our nominee to the Board of Building and Safety Commission. This is no other than Corisa Hernandez, who is a dynamic individual with a very diverse background. She happens to be also, too,
All about that diversity.
Of CD14, a
Diverse.
resident of 90032, but
Catlow.
also Hillside Village. Now, Corisa Hernandez is the current vice president, or I should say chair, of the subcommittee on land use for the Boyle Heights Neighborhood Council, as well as the vice president of the Boyle Heights Chamber of Commerce. She is a UCLA graduate for any Bruins who are
Go
here in the
Bruins!
house, and she showcases
You.
her commitment
See.
to community development. She's a dynamic
UCLA,
woman of
fight,
color,
fight, fight.
a very strong, independent Latina woman who, without a doubt, her expertise and her passion and commitment on the land use community, Boyle Heights, for example, she has a very strong concern with regards to gentrification and how that creates the upheaval, if you will, and destroys the fabric, the social fabric of many communities who are pushed out because of the market forces that drives folks deeper into poverty. Corisa is not only an entrepreneur, but also the president of Legacy Financial. She cares deeply about retirement security, particularly retirement security for people of color and women of color. The fact is, the reality is, it's a vast majority of women of color, single mothers, women who have divorced, who their husbands or significant others have left them, black women, Latina women. When they retire into poverty, but they retire when their backs, their shoulders, their waist.
And no white
physically
women
give
that
out.
are
They don't
single
have
are,
a defined pension plan.
impoverished
They don't have
either.
a defined contribution plan. They don't have any real estate assets or investments. They retire.
Can it just
into
be for
poverty.
ladies that
And that's why you
that
see
have
so many
fallen
black
on
and
hard
Latino
times
women
across
still
the
working well
board?
into their 70s. And this is an issue
Always
that
has
is
to be
near and
about
dear to
race.
her heart, and that's why when it comes to financial planning, is critical for communities that have historically been marginalized, that they have a modicum of dignity and respect. So I'm so proud of her being the president of Legacy Financial. In addition, she's also the co-owner of Nativo restaurant, for folks who have been there, of New York Boulevard in HLP, Highland Park, and incredible. If you want the best tequila or mezcal in the city, you go over to Nativo. Now, we got some folks who are present here around this horseshoe, as well as staff members. In fact, I know one staff member who never leaves Nativo. He has his own chair there in Nativo right over there, or at least it used to be at Chelas, recently. But she contributes to the vibrant cultural scene here. Her multifaceted roles reflect her passion as a community advocate, and she brought with her, Mr. President, her own personal assistant, Gabriel Paredes, her personal assistant with her today, who records her, also known as her significant other, her husband as well too, and co-owner, if you will, of Nativo. Who
See, you guys all
she
getting
is
banged out, so too
the
bad.
brains, behind the operation, the
Bad
beauty
all
behind
y'all.
the operation being.
It's an
there you
interesting
go. So
fucking,
with that,
get
Mr.
up.
President, as well as colleagues, I'm proud just to stand up and share a few words of my very good friend Corisa Hernandez. We thank the mayor, Karen Bass, for this appointment. for the Commission of Building Safety. We know it will be not easy. It will be a challenging one. We have to be very efficient in how we go about putting out there the construction that's needed for affordable housing as well as homeless housing. So with that, I rise in support of this nominee that's before us. Thank you much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much for your great words, Mr. De Leon. Councilmember Rahman. Oh.
You guys are
and congratulations,
you guys are mean.
Commissioner. With that, let's open the roll on this item. Close the roll.
Burro Dundee.
13 ayes.
All right, it's unanimous.
You guys are too much.
All right, with that, we'll go to general public comment. Ms. Rahman.
Request that item 2 be moved forthwith.
All right, item 2 forthwith without objection. That'll be the order. That takes us to general public comment.
What's up, Market Zero?
We will call your name, same as before. You'll have 1 minute for general public comment. When your name is called, you can step to the podium and begin your comments.
Whole world gone crazy.
Andrew Gravener, Shea
Am I the only
England,
one around here
Ray
who
Lopez
thinks about the
Chang,
rules?
Goat Puppet.
All right, over
Eddie
under
Navarro.
10. I'm sorry, under over 12. Under over 12. 12, 12, 12. Under over 12. Here we go. He's going to get 1 minute general comment. Let's go. Indiana Jones.
Oh, you finally admitted, Kevin, that it was the mayor's nominee, not your nominee. Yeah. Again, we got lots of news going on. Melva's gone now. You know, we don't even have a quorum on this horseshoe right now, do we? I mean, you know, you should be stopping the meeting and waiting for people to get back here. You know, it's just
Mr. Sachs walking in.
Come and like you're just the ways you go out of your way to just limit public comment. You know, someone calls in because they missed in-person comment and they're in the chamber. You make them go walk outside to the hallway instead of just letting them come up and speak at the podium. You know. And you're just arbitrarily trying to go out of your way to just limit comment at all, you know. Put general comment is at the beginning of the meeting, as it says on the agenda. Put it there. Resign him.
Damn, so it's under. Only 6. Started off hot, too. Got 3 quick.
Stimpy, Joe Scudder,
Stimpy?
Arnold Sachs.
Yes, Arnold Sachs is coming to Stimpy. Is Ren there too? Stimpy. Fucking Ren and Stimpy. I remember Ren and Stimpy. Love Arnold Sachs.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute for general public comment.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. Arnold Sachs. 3 things. 1, are they going to use a VAP with an R on it? And an R on the ballots and an R on the fake ballots? Are they going to use that VAP, or are they going to go back to the old system where they used booths? And if they're going to go back to the old system where they use booths, are they going to be able to have training for the people who work as voting clerks? Will they be paying them $15 an hour like they should? Number 2, are they going to continue denying L period, A period, and not get federal funding? There's an epidemic of La Land. You cannot get federal funding on La Land. It's about the retirement ceremony that was held here in City Council by Mark Riley Thomas retiring somebody from the state legislature. That was fucked up. And number 3, are they going to post ordinances like they're supposed to in 3 different places?
He came all the way down for that. Wait, Stacy's there? Oh, is she calling from outside? Well, she is there.
Good morning. You have 1 minute.
So she was calling from the hall.
All right, this is John Scudder. All councilmen, I need you to pay attention. This is the LA Agua Fresca program that you guys are about to release February 1st through August 1st. This conflicts with everything with building and safety. This is a program that I, as a licensed contractor, am pulling permits from LA DOT at the tune of 5 times of what it costs me to pull a permit from building and safety. This is about businesses. Kevin DeLeon, I walked your street today on First Street. Every single agua fresca is in violation with this. My client who owns Pink and Bougie wants me to build her one. All right? This is a conflict for small businesses and highway robbery. $2,600 is the average cost to put up an 8x10 deck that's 8 inches off the ground. State of California building law, 3 feet and below. Doesn't require any plans, doesn't require
Look
any
at Spindler
permits.
up there.
This needs to get addressed. Please call me. If not, DeLeon has my number. All right?
It's crazy. All right, let's see if we get a song here, guys. Remember, the Stacy game. You got to name that tune in the chat room. Who's first to name what she's singing?
Hi. Shout out to the Smoke and Scan family. Number 7 under Chapter 2 of the LA City Council rules clearly states that you shall hear us speak near the beginning of the meeting. Nithya, why are you so afraid to do the work for which you're paid? I hate that for the folks who call into meetings, they are likely to be prevented from speaking. This council body is only power seeking. They don't care about democracy. Kevin DeLeon, resign. I haven't forgotten your crimes. It's just that Nithya has failed. She's complicit as well. Her promises are only lies. She tells when it comes to racism.
Shout out to the 19-time Grammy Award winner Stacey Scaraboliger. So it's Adele? What song? Adele, what song? Anybody know the actual song?
Good morning. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, Brain Socks. I appreciate you. Uh-oh.
Unisys is letting it die. Save CD1. I left her 3 voicemails, please. Also, a shout out to those miserable fascist piece of shit communist LA Times writers. You can clear your desk out. All that shit you said about Kevin, fuck you, LA Times. All that shit you said about me, fuck you, LA Times. All that lying shit you said, fuck you. Endorsing Nithya Ramanoodle, fuck you, LA Times. LA Times a dirty piece of shit. They should fire every fucking reporter. Put in homeless to report this shit. No sport page. Everything is bullshit. Even Current Price. They cover for his ass. How many fucking years did it take the divorce paper to get in the Times? Fuck you, LA Times. Up the fucking ass.
All right, now we'll go to remote public comment.
Caller, what items would you like?
Ah, that was a good one, Billy.
Morning, nerds and virgins. Brock Landers, Los Angeles private investigator. You forgot about me on the regular comments.
Yes, you did.
Damon for Cannabis Commission. Fuck Mario. Why would you appoint someone to the commission that
3 today. That's
on
3.
something they know nothing about? It would be like appointing Paul to the commission on satisfying a woman or leading the exploration to find the clitoris. Paul, I read you're hanging up your grifting pants later this year. When you're sitting alone and those dark voices come, how disappointed are you in that LA is far worse off than when you found it? How disappointed is your father? How disappointed would he be? As your daddy, I'm very disappointed. And when whoever told you guys that you represented the douche and fiduciary better than any other city council, that wasn't a compliment. Not you, KDO. Tell your Tia I said hello. Tom Cruise and David Miscavige's dick smell like Paul's shit. I'm out.
Oh, shout out to Brock for killing him.
A law enforcement type of guy
Caller, please begin.
who is hired by people to stop these bad individuals.
Thank you. You know, I want to look into the future with the Olympics that's coming up.
50 guns.
In 4 years, and hopefully I'm around because in 1984 the Olympics were amazing. I owned a limousine service and it was fantastic. I hope that this city is planning and doing everything possible to make the 28 Olympics great. My concern, though, is parking, especially in Van Nuys. They have 4 parking lots that can be converted and be multi-stacked. And I hope and pray that we can focus on that, not only to help the businesses, but to make sure that we have plenty of parking in the future for events that are going to be taking place in this great city. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Shelly. Shout out to Brock. Shout out to Stacy for shouting us out. Can't wait till I see her name on the ballot.
Yes, good afternoon.
I'm voting
This is
for her.
Richard Serrano, running for CD6, write-in candidate. Last week, Sarah, Kevin De Leon's assistant, was upset that I brought his name up with the racist comments. He was complicit in that conversation. He called a black child an accessory, a Goyer bag, a Louis Vuitton. And she tried to excuse it, Miss Sarah. She tried to excuse it that it was okay because it was in private quarters. It was a private conversation. But if you have that mindset and thought, I don't care where you say it, you could say it to the priest and I'd still be upset about it. You shouldn't be a public servant. I'm going to say it before the election because most people have a short memory span. So, Ms. Blair, please think about what you ask for when you read and hear the audio. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Caller, please begin.
Hey, Serrano for City Council, District 6.
That's 50 guns. Called in twice.
Caller, please begin.
Hey, it's Rob Kwan.
Hey, Jennifer.
I am so happy to see you. Do not let that other city attorney back in here. Government Reform
What's up, Bill?
Committee members, I hope you and your staff are excited for tomorrow's meeting. Amongst everything else you're supposed to do, Krikorian has afforded you a little over 2 days to read 30 pages of reports, along with half a dozen department reports. We've been dealing with this for 6 months. My biggest pet peeve is how long it takes us to get reports, and then it comes to committee, and our members don't even read it before speaking on the item. Hard to blame you here when Krikorian just tries to intentionally prevent you from doing your homework or anybody else responding to it. Also just amazing that you've known about that meeting for weeks, and we get less than 2 days notice. It's not a problem for me. I can find out when the meetings are coming up. But for a general member of the public, like, what are you talking about restoring trust? You're trying to punt to this commission and cover your ass, and you can't even give more than 3 days notice for the general public?
Caller, please begin.
There you go.
Hello, this is Sean Murphy from Canoga Park. We need to keep Van Nuys clean the sidewalks, help the homeless. I had some problems with your new phone. The city attorney on Friday just kept. I tell her I'm waiting for general public comment. And she keeps. I don't know what's wrong with your system, but you fix your system. Thank you.
So you're from Canoga Park, but you're telling them to clean up Van Nuys, which
Caller,
for the ones who
please
don't
begin.
know, it's like a 25-minute drive. It's nowhere.
Yeah, hi, Daniel.
They're not even next to each other.
Substack.com. I have a story today about the Los Angeles Times. The latest mass layoffs there may not be the last ones, and I suspect that before too long, the LA Times is going to become a bureau of a hedge fund that owns a lot of other media outlets. And why this was triggered and accelerated is because of this ongoing pushing of a narrative where you keep insulting the public, you keep having an agenda, just like city council, where race and gender and ethnicity and sexual orientation take precedent over the issue, over transparency, and that's actually not a good thing. But eventually, a business has to make money, and you can't keep insulting your customers the way the LA Times has done, including to Larry Elder, which it said was the blackface of white supremacy. And just like LA
Mr. Gus, your time has expired.
Shout out to Larry Elder. Fucking awesome. Smart dude.
Caller, please begin.
Wish he would have won the race for mayor.
Caller ending in 9519, please press star 6 to unmute.
Yes, my name is Jason. I'm a smoking scan viewer.
Please begin. You have 1 minute for general public comment.
Cool. Thank you there, Gross. And you're the nice Mr. Sweet Potato Head, I know. Anyway, I want to say I'm up to my man Damon and the rest of the smoking scan crew there. We're having a good show today as usual there. We had a pretty good meeting. Of course, the phones are fucked up as usual. Get that looked at, but it's been a good week. Maybe we'll have a nice little chase tonight. That'll be cool. Maybe, Snakes will show up a little bit and show us a little head and not be a little devil hands as it wants to be. Anyway, y'all have a good day.
Shout out to Jason. There's 4.
Caller, please begin.
Caller, please begin, or we're going to move on to the next caller.
That's Spindler.
Right, next caller.
That's fucking Spindler. Call.
All right, that concludes our public comment, both in person and via teleconference.
Spindler doing that.
What's next on the
fucking calls and then rubs his phone like on his
Mr.
shirt.
President, council has motions for posting and referral.
Just a
They
fucking
are
troll.
posted and referred.
That clears the desk, sir.
All right, members, are there any announcements? Mr. Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. I'm rise today to sort of recognize what's going on at the LA Times with the catastrophic media situation we're facing in the city and really nationally.
Wow.
Yesterday, the Times began laying off 115 workers, including 94 reporters represented by their union, the LA Times News Guild. Also disturbing is that workers of colors were disproportionately impacted by the layoffs.
Of course.
Even though there was 25% of the folks laid off, 38% of those folks laid off were Latinx, 36% were black journalists, and 34% were AAPI. I know a lot of us don't like bumping into reporters in the back halls and all of them questioning, but at the end of the day, they serve a very important purpose in trying to get out the information and really hold us accountable. I think especially in a moment like right now with this political climate, and especially when the voices of those folks laid off will no longer have a platform, I think it's important to recognize the situation that we're in. So I just want to say that I'm in solidarity with all the dedicated workers that are being laid off and thinking of the folks that are still at the paper that could face potential more layoffs. And hopefully that this can shed light on the importance of maintaining our institutions that are vital to democracy. And hopefully hopefully there won't be more negative things to come out of this situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Soto Martinez. Councilmember Rodriguez.
You go woke, you go broke.
Thank you, Mr. Soto Martinez. And I unfortunately, I apologize, Mr. Harris Dawson, but I think there's a lot of chatter in the room, and I really wish people would pay attention to this point right now.
Really?
Because the announcement that you made
This
is
bitch is
very
gaslighting us about
important
paying attention when
to
she's
the
on her phone or
preservation of
fat asses in the back
democracy in
snacking.
this city and across this country. And it's part of a looming default of what's happening to journalism across the nation. And I think it's important for everybody in the room to be paying attention and listening to this. And so I was disappointed that there
That's
weren't
rich,
people
bitch.
paying attention to what you were saying in the moment that you were saying it around this horseshoe and on the sidelines. Members of color of the reporting staff of the LA Times were disproportionately affected by these layoffs. What's even more disheartening was that what I continue to find myself, frankly, very alone in advocating and talking about for the better part of a year and a half is the absence of the Latino narrative and stories and experiences that continue to get left out. And it's not just at the LA Times, it's also happened in some of the motions and things that I've seen that don't often give proper exposure to the fact that disproportionately Latinos are also being affected by a lot of the impacts when it comes to violence, when it comes to a whole host of circumstances. There's a lot of avoiding that conversation, or at least an oversight, and everyone equally paying attention to it. And as we are watching
Hot flash.
another national
Menopause.
election consume our attention with the same level of negative rhetoric that disproportionately targets the Latino community, it's, for me, feels like a further assault on silencing members of our community, not giving proper exposure to the experiences of the largely immigrant population of this city. But it was frankly more insult to injury when I looked at how disproportionately Latino members of the LA Times were affected by these layoffs. In fact, this effort, if you will, to create the De Los section that wasn't even fully integrated into the mainstream media part of the LA Times was eliminated. Those are the things that we have to have uncomfortable conversations about, because that part has been silenced for a very long time. And just as we started to get some type of footing where you had authentic conversations and stories from native Angelenos raising these issues, that was the first on the chopping block. So I want to thank you for bringing Rise to this conversation today. I wish more people were really paying attention to it instead of chattering about and thinking that this is just another, frivolous announcement. It's not. It's very real, and it has very direct implications to the protection and preservation of democracy and having fairness and equity represented in reporting.
Equity.
And that is what's been missing. And I want to make sure
You
that
earn
no one
equity.
misses an opportunity, because the silence
You're not
is
given
deadly
equity.
when it comes to these issues, just as it is with any other issue that is an assault on communities of color. So I thank you for your comments.
See how it's already now twisted as an assault on neighborhoods of color? You see that? Did you see how they just twisted
Thank you, Mr.
the firings?
Mr. De Leon.
The private firings of LA Times
Before you begin,
is now a
Councilman,
racial
Mr.
issue.
Sachs,
Do you see how
Mr.
that
Sachs,
works?
we are still a part of. We are still in the middle of this meeting, so this is your first and only formal warning.
Look at
Please
Mr.
do not
Sachs.
disrupt the announcements portions of this meeting. Sorry, Councilmember De Leon.
Thank you very much.
I wonder if they were all
Mr.
white folks that got
Martinez,
fired, would they
wanna
still be saying the same
recognize
thing?
And thank you for your comments, Ms.
I
Rodriguez.
guarantee you they wouldn't say a fucking
personally
thing.
have
Sorry, Mr. De Leon. Mr. Sachs,
Let's get it, Mr. Sachs.
you're done.
Yes, good morning. Arnold Sachs.
Our apologies, Mr. De Leon.
What the hell's going
Thank you
on?
much, Mr.
Who
President.
changed
I'll just reiterate what
everything?
I said a few moments ago to Mr. Hugo Soto Martinez, as well as Ms. Rodriguez. I rise with some mixed emotions, personally, with regards to the major layoffs at the LA Times. However, I want to step out of the role of a council member and address what you said and add to it. I do believe that.
How come
any
she's not paying
functioning
attention? Why is she looking down at her phone while homie's talking?
a very
She just gaslighted you about paying attention.
Unquestionably.
Can't even we're 1 minute. Listen to
It
him.
is with a heavy heart, and I'm sure with the shock that you also shared that the 114 folks who were let go, disproportionately, many of them were people of color, either African Americans or Latinos. So that's not
Welcome
lost
to the
on me
Panderverse.
whatsoever. And in the city,
I'll be right back. I gotta feed
is
Stinks.
Majority Latino, or I should say majority people of color, majority Latino. To have so many folks just easily let go does have an impact because our voices are not heard. The LA Times historically has been an institution, undoubtedly, that has been perceived and viewed as very anti-Latino. Zoot Suit riots, the way they riled everyone up. Our beloved Dodgers, the real estate, how we got it, they helped rile it all up for real estate prices to get folks out, and a whole variety of other issues, the way people are been treated or people of great accomplishment who could never get their voices heard on the op-ed editorial pieces. But then you would have other folks who had minimal accomplishments, but somehow, some way, perhaps the color of their skin influenced how they got published and other folks didn't get published. Trust me, we have ample evidence of that, But, it does hurt when you see so many folks, cut out that way. This morning on NPR, I heard Erica Smith, who my understanding is the chair of the Black Caucus of the Guild within the LA Times, lament also to the departure of so many African-American journalists, which to begin with is almost non-existent, period, nationwide. So you take Latinos nationwide, the number of us who who graduate, who go on to higher education and to become journalists is limited to non-existent. So I just want to rise and share my concerns as well, add to your comments as well too, which I appreciate very much. It is not easy, within the context of a collective bargaining unit and the issue of equity. What's fair is not always equitable. That's just the bottom line. What's fair within the collective bargaining unit with regards to seniority and what we know is right and what we know what we're missing, the voice, the perspectives, is always not right. So I lament what is happening, the hemorrhaging. I don't know if it's going to continue. I know it's not unique to LA. It's happening throughout the nation, whether it's media. I read just recently, Univision took a huge hit. Telemundo took a huge hit. It's not unique to Spanish language. It's happening all over because of the lack of revenues and the lack of digitization and monetizing the digitalness of that. But I just want to add my 2 cents as well too, because people of color, that voice has to be heard in a fair way and an objective way. And just want to add my comments.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon. Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Just want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues, and also.
Oh, just in time for my girlfriend.
Do what private business want to do, but to know that someone like Jean Guerrero, the author of Haymonger, got fired in a year where it's a presidential election and so much is on the line, it just seems not like the right business move. But I'm just a council member. I do also want to uplift some good news.
You ain't buttoning that jacket. No way.
That strikes work. The California Faculty Association went on strike this week. Myself, Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez, Dr. Rocio Rivas, and others attended a couple of strikes throughout the city. We were at Cal State LA, and we're there marching with the teachers. And I just want to say that they have come to a tentative agreement for their new contract, their agreement with Cal State LA, which includes raising the floor for their most vulnerable faculty, safer workplaces, and expanded parental leave. So just remember everybody, strikes work, and just a lot of congratulations to the CFA on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. Councilmember Padilla.
So does working hard. Working hard works too.
Hello, colleagues. All I wanted to do was just remind everyone what you already know, that this Friday you will all be in Van Nuys, in my district, in my house. I'm excited to host you. If you happen to run into any logistical problems, please know that we are here. We're excited to host you. And I was realizing that for the majority of the council now, some of you have never been there. I get it. And again, don't panic. We're here to help. Thank you. See you later.
Mr. Soto Martinez.
Okay, I just want to sort of publicly recognize.
Didn't you already talk?
On her efforts
I think
to push more meetings into the Valley. I've done a lot of house visits there as a union organizer, and I know the area very well. First time in City Hall yesterday for a public safety meeting with Councilmember Rodriguez. But I know the workers of that area, and they oftentimes don't feel like they're being paid attention to, that the Valley is an afterthought, right? And so thank you for pushing us to go to that side of town. I know some of my other colleagues are going to appreciate a shorter commute. I feel sorry for you, Councilmember McCosker. You have to come away from San Pedro, but it is the right thing to do. And I just want to say thank you for your leadership and bringing government more to the people. Thank you.
Yes. Maybe we can carpool, Mr. McCosker, on the 110.
Bringing government more to the people.
Any other announcements, Mr. McCosker?
What the fuck does that even mean?
Thank you very much. I do want to point out, though, and give props to Councilman Rodriguez.
There's
we
Buckethead.
had a Public Safety Committee meeting there in the Valley yesterday, and I do have one complaint. There was no coffee machine. So I think we need coffee on Friday.
Go buy your own, you cheap son of a
So,
bitch.
but we'll move on from that. We'll move on from that because I want to also say that I went from that meeting and I had to leave a little bit early, and I went to what I thought was a terrific community event. The police commission held a commission meeting in Watts at WLCAC at Phoenix Hall, historic and important. And I thought it was absolutely terrific that the community
Yeah, he
had
definitely
the
has
commission come to them.
a breakout
The
going
community had a
on.
chance. Not
I
enough
see
of a
you are
chance.
very much liking to
Wise
explore
speakers,
STDs
but
also, my
had a
friend.
chance to speak to the
That
commission
shit
about
on your lip got some shit on this lip,
of
dog.
concern to that community, which you can imagine the range of those concerns and interests and hopes and dreams for the future of LAPD. And going to Soto Martinez's and Rodriguez's comment about the press, really disappointing that I opened my clips this morning, not a word about it. Not a word about the police commission coming to a historically black community, predominantly Latino community today, having an opportunity in English and Spanish to speak to the commission, to talk about really important issues, not a word about it in the paper. You know, I will say, and I appreciate that there's coverage of some other areas, but if I have a shooting in San Pedro, it's
Drunk
all over
nose?
the press.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
I have a shooting in Watts,
Does
it
look
is
like
not.
a drinker's nose.
And that goes to the problem.
Now that you point that
of the
out,
press.
Kim.
That goes to the problem of the finances, the policies, the plans, the mistakes, the inequities of the press. And it goes to equity and our drive for equity, and it goes to our democracy. So I'm hoping for a better future.
Is he
I
about
do
to cry?
appreciate that the commission came.
This
And I
whole
would
crying?
encourage all of our members to host the commission in your districts. It is real, it is raw, it's important. And I will also say, for the future of this body, I'm looking forward to us meeting in San Pedro.
Fool was tearing up for a second. Got
Thank
choked
you.
up.
Seeing no more announcements, I'll ask everyone in
knee
the chamber
bending
to
choked
rise
him
for
out.
adjourning motions.
I'm gonna
All
need you
right,
to
any
bend that
adjourning
knee a little
motions
more.
To my right.
I didn't get
Any
enough
adjourning
bent knee out of
motions
that
to my
guy.
right. All right, and on this side we have Mr. McCosker.
Thank you so much, members. Colleagues, I ask that we adjourn today, this meeting, in memory of Lenko Baric, Leonard Lenko Baric, who passed away peacefully in his sleep at his home in San Pedro on November 24th, 2023, at the age of 82. Leonard, known in the States to all of his friends, or Lenny to some. To some.
To you.
To me only. Leonard was born on August 28th, 1941, on the island of
Just before Pearl
Ugljan
Harbor.
in Zadar County, Croatia. At the age of 15, he escaped communism with his sister Vinka and several cousins and friends by boat to Italy. Leonard spent 4 years in Italian refugee camps across Italy before getting his papers to emigrate to the United States. Leonard arrived in San Pedro to the home of his aunt, his teta, Jakica Petros. He later met his future wife, Angelka Murkovic, who is here with us today, at San Pedro High School. That is a San Pedro, that is a harbor area story. Leonard and Angelka were married on September 28th, 1963, and soon after started
It's always
their
that
family
same
in
crazy
San Pedro.
skateboarder chick.
Leonard worked for a number of years at Todd Shipyard, which was
Yeah, this homeless chick on the skateboard, she's a trip. She's always giving the cops a shit. Like, bro, and she meant to do that. That's the greatest part. Like, she's wild. I think she was a stripper and just went crazy or something. I see her in almost every video of that Venice cleanup guy. Look at her, look at her, look at her. She is on one, dog. She is just unhinged. Look at her, just took it with her mouth. Snatched that shit with her mouth, dog, like a dog. And just ran off with it. No, not German in Venice. No, there's a guy called Venice Cleanup or whatever, and he films the cleaning up the homeless encampments. She is a wild one. I see her there all the time. She gets mad when they come to clean up the encampments. And she's always like this. You can see her in video after video just being a weirdo. You know? Well, thanks. She's your animal spirit? She's a wild one. What the hell are they selling right here? Weed? Rocks? Selling rocks. Oh, look at the pupper pants. There, she's back. See, she don't go too far. Skateboarding with no shoes on. Jack.
Sister
Homeboy's
Valeta.
name was Jack Off.
A
Like
funeral mass
his
was
buddy.
held in December for Leonard at Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Church. That was so beautiful at that funeral. It was so lovely and so touching. And you grow up in San Pedro and you come to know the type, the archetype. One of the archetypes in San Pedro are these old Croatian men.
Oh. I think it's KOFF. Uh-oh, she's getting undressed now. All right, so they're done, guys. They're done for the day. Look at them flicking them off. Ah, I love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. Oh, wait. Come on, the music. Ah! Yeah. Or I get fucking... Sure, I'm gonna get a fucking copyright strike for that. Try to shut it off faster, but it wouldn't shut off. Wouldn't shut off, man. There we go. Yeah, look at her. I'm telling you, she's always like on this trip. She's definitely an amphetamine user. She has to be. And I think she's definitely mentally ill. So the mixture is kind of not a good thing. Because I'm telling you, if you go watch that dude's, I think it's called Santa Monica Cleanup. That's I think what it is. And the dude's, Santa Monica's just up the road here. They border each other, Santa Monica and Venice. So, yeah, he'll come down and, film the cleanups. And then she gets angry that they're cleaning up. And then, as you can see, she's unhinged. And she doesn't seem, she doesn't go far. She'll pretend like she's going away, skate away for a little bit, for a sec, and then skate right back to them and act a fool. So, is she sucking her thumb right now? Looks like she is to me. Yeah, she's literally sucking her thumb. Doing something. I don't know. What is she doing? Or pretending she's got a microphone? One or the other. What is she doing? Oh, man. Yeah. They got the safe team out here. See, how good, what's the point of the safe team? You paying these folks to just stand around and watch the cops not even do anything right now? Because there's really nothing they can do. No crime committed. That's it. Really, what's the point of having these dudes and these women? That's what they do. It's wild to me. What a waste. Continued waste. I guess it's ways to find, low income jobs for people that don't really want to do much else and don't want to thrive in life. I don't know. It is a waste of money. Easy gig, yes. But I'll be honest, man. It's just, to me, that'd be boring as fuck. Sitting there just doing nothing all day and feeling like you got nothing accomplished. Except for calling the people that are supposed to do the job that you were hired to do. Yeah. It's a hall monitor. That's all they are. They're legitimate hall monitors. That's what they are. Hey, you slow down. Hey, fuck you. And that's it. They're like Officer Picklestein. Jerry Springer Live. Jerry. Good old Jerry Springer. The crazy days of Jerry. Oh, they ain't starting at no 200 a year. You're crazy, Nunya. I don't know who told you that. Everybody would be a cop if they were starting at that. They ain't making that kind of money. Be lucky if they make half that starting off. Now, again, if you're somebody who's been in the LAPD for a while and you're of rank or something, I could see you making that kind of money. But, yeah. I'm telling you, Nunya, I know a few. They don't make that kind of money. Trust me. I know some that are still living with their parents. Okay, trying to save up to get a house. If they were surely making $200,000 a year, 3 years in, they'd be able to buy themselves a condominium at the minimum. So I'm telling you, they're not making that. Who told you that? LA Times? Ones who lie to you all the time? Who told you? Yeah, so. I get it. Anything that they're telling you that you're reading online, you got to take with a grain of salt. Talk to some cops out there. See what they're making. I assure you, they're not starting off with no $200K a year. You wouldn't have problems with hiring folks then. You know what I mean? Just saying, man. Oh, hold on, that's not what I wanted to do. No. Let's go here. You know what I mean? Burns. All right, let's go take a look at the kids over there at the ski facility. Look at this one. Dang, caught some good air right there. He landed it too. Shit, yeah. Oh. Everybody having a ball. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if Joe's out and about. I can take a look, but we shall see. Hold on. So I know he is on this at this time sometimes. So yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's on. No, he's not. Unfortunately, he is not. Just want to make sure. Yeah. Yep, they're not on. LAPD is 60 grand to start. See, that's what I'm saying. And, you got to figure they're going to make overtime, too, even as a young cop. So, you figure somewhere between 60 to 90 grand is really what they're starting at. 200 grand is insane. Like, everybody would be a cop then. I'm just letting you know. And it's the same with the firefighters. Okay, they probably make about that 90 grand mark to start, somewhere around that range. 75 to 90,000 a year. And then you become an engineer or whatever, and you definitely get a pay bump, and you get a great, retirement package, medical, dental, all that good stuff. Yeah, Stinks is right here. He's right here sitting on my trackpad, being in the way, as he always is. 60 grand is not a lot in LA. Absolutely not. In fact, it's just barely surviving. So you kind of need the overtime. All right, Calamity Girl. I'll see you on Friday. Enjoy your day. Yeah, so everything costs a lot more here. So absolutely. And that's why you also have recruitment issues in all of the agencies. I guarantee you, across the board. Because most of them, they go and hear how everybody, not everybody, I shouldn't say that. It's a poor choice of words. Lots of people want to defund the cops and don't like cops. And that narrative gets pushed on the news because those are the people that want that to happen. Again, more crime, more stories. It suits them. Okay? No crime because you crack down on crime so hard, the crime goes down. There's not many stories. Then what do they talk about? Good things that happen? Nobody wants to hear that. So, I just think that it's all part of the plan, as the Joker says. The Joker was fucking right, man.
It's all part of the plan.
That's it. Oakland PD hiring at $97K. Yeah, that's Oakland PD. You do realize their officer was killed a month ago, right? Look that up. Rest in peace to him. He was shot. And I think it was a burglary on a cannabis dispensary he was shot at. And again, he was in an unmarked car and plain clothes, but working that detail. Obviously maybe because these police were getting hit. So he had to blend in, It's probably a seized Pathfinder or whatever the fuck, or a regular truck. You know what I mean? So that way nobody would know that he's a cop, and he probably came out to stop him, and they shot him and killed him. That was just a month ago. Okay? Oakland is such an absolute fucking toilet. You couldn't pay me. I wouldn't do that job for $197 starting. So, I'm just saying. In that sense, they're bribing you for your life. And a lot of people would rather go to other smaller agencies sometimes because there might be better pay, a little better pay, and not the, that notion, oh, it's LAPD, it's sheriff, they're also bad gangs, there's this, there's that, not to say that smaller agencies get more respect, because I don't think it's that either. I just think that they're kind of on the side a little bit more. You don't hear about these agencies here and there, so unless something big happens. They're so busy pushing the narrative about the other two that I just had named, kind of thing. So, but I'm telling you, Nunya, you gotta what you see up there, I don't think is correct. And don't get me wrong, there are some that make that, but they're of rank. They're ones that have been there 20 years deep. Because I don't even think a detective makes that kind of money. I'll be honest. Maybe close to it, like 150, 160 for a homicide detective. But I couldn't see him making $200K. I just couldn't. Yeah, different rules, less corporate. Yeah, a lot less officers. So like I said, tighter knit, cleaner, newer cars, more stuff that's, more technology. Because again, they're not getting sued for $50 million a year and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's really how it works. Let's see. See if these ding-dongs for a moment are on ham radio. See if they're fighting still. Nope, it's quiet. But we could do this. Hold on. Could do this. No, we'll be live on Friday morning, 10:15 a.m. for another shit show. And then we'll also be live Friday night. Should be decent because, again, it's our first Friday night after the rain. So, it should be decent. Okay, so we started around here, so let's see if this is a...
I don't want to meet you at the fucking police station or at In-N-Out Burger. I want to meet you where there's nobody, where we can settle business. Have a little chit-chat with you. You're long overdue for a chit-chat, right? Aren't you? I don't want to be seen anywhere around you in public. Freak show. I'd be embarrassed to be anywhere around you. That the public has, that they can see, videotape. No, I want to meet you where there's no cameras. There's a lot of anger going on here. Joke. Well, yeah, there's a lot of anger going on here. Now what? Joke. Essie Gary's a coward, and that's all there is to it. Well, next time you're at Ralph's, eyes in the back of your head, Bug-Eye. At Ralph's a few hours ago.
Purdy getting paid off season?
Eyes in the back of your head. Is that a criminal threat? At 10:08 a.m., is that a criminal threat? Gary John Elmer, G6GE.
Well, again, BJ,
Another one from your yapper hole?
Again, most of them don't know if they'll get traded or cut. So they don't want to buy place sometimes. So they will shack up with others and stuff, right? I think.
Loser. Long, stringy hair. Like string cheese. Kind of receding hairlines. Big fat sausage fingers. Skin cancer going on. You got a fucking egotistical type of behavior. Your ego is bigger than your brains. You're a fucking loser. Do that fucking breadfruit. Shut your fucking trap, Brad. The real big ego. But you won't step to me because you know that you're a coward. Deep down inside, you're just a big man behind a microphone, but a little fucking nothing, a nebbish, a zilch, a nada in person.
Well, they don't just troll, but they
Describes you perfectly.
they troll the ones they don't like for sure.
Loser. That's why you lost your real estate license. It doesn't matter how many years ago you lost it because you're dishonest. You're a cheat. Smoke. You're a thief. You're a loser. Arrogant.
Yeah, this is
Lost the broker's license. Doesn't matter if it's 50 years ago. You're a liar, a cheat, a thief, and a dishonest human being.
it's amateur radio. They're ham ops, ham operators.
You're dismissed there, Gary John Elmer. Do an about face, forward march, walk of shame, you bitch. Mark Sherry, Gary. Oh, you can read the doxing shit that you were sent. Wow. You better do your homework, though. Some of the names you're reading aren't really valid.
Thought I had to get another one out.
Homework. Mark Hoffman, Sherry Hoffman, Garrett Elmer, John Elmer.
Here it is.
Lisa Elmer. You want me to give you some others? Debbie Elmer. Sasha Elmer.
Sorry, guys. Knew there was another coming.
Really? Like you know them? Yeah. Wow. Live your back. Wow. Like you know some of my family? Just keep reading those names, bitch.
bitch.
08. And so is Nicole. You can read two names. How many more? Courtney. Hey, how many more? They all just say, yeah, he's the family fucking freak.
Thank you, Andrew.
Well, your own kid, Garrett
Already Express
Elmer,
is on.
when he was on the radio, he's a licensed ham. He was
Where's
saying,
Joe?
what a dipshit you are. Don't judge me by my dad. Don't judge me because my daddy's a dipshit.
Oh, Joe.
Would your own kid come out on amateur radio, Garrett Elmer, and say that kind of shit? He doesn't have respect for you. Can't answer that either, huh? With KI6EPS, Garrett John Elmer, come out and tell everyone that his daddy's a dipshit. It's kind of like really weird. Yeah, kind of like you. Well, so you're saying your kid's weird, kind of like you? That's sad. Garrett John Elmer didn't have really nice things to say about you. All right, Porky, I'm done. Have a good one. All right, Porky. You don't think you're a pork chop? Take a look in the mirror, fat fuck. K6GE. Take a look in the mirror, you gassy, out of shape, fat fuck loser. That describes you, guy that's lost his real estate broker's license because of dishonesty, moral turpitude.
Thank you, Volva Dog.
To lose it again and again and again. What are you going to do then, Gassy? You're going to smoke marijuana and drink Captain Morgan and try to dox people on the air? And then, I've had enough. I'm going to do an about-face, a forward march, a walk of shame because N6EKZ just handed me a new ass. I'm too much of a coward to step right to him, so I'm just going to name 100 names. I'm going to name 100 names and try to spin them up. I'm going to watch a video. Sounds like you're touching yourself. Sounds like you're fucking a loser. It sounds like you're a low-life scumbag douchebag that has no life outside of doxing people on amateur radio. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you can't follow the rules in anything you do in life, whether it be on amateur radio, Part 97, or whether it be in your personal life with your real estate broker's license. You get in trouble everywhere you go. Name one thing you've accomplished. I don't have to name anything. You're nobody to me. Accomplish a lot in my 67 years. What about in your 69 years, Gassy? You took over John's business or your dad, and you burned your family out of homes and shit. Yeah, that's an accomplishment. And then you sit on the radio and try to get someone's goat because you think you're better. You're a scumbag. You wouldn't say half the shit or a quarter of the shit or any of the shit that you're saying on amateur radio to my face because you're a coward. You're a loser. You're a lowlife. You're a criminal. It's criminal behavior that you're exhibiting to everybody. He's selling his house because he can't afford it. That's right, Jimmy, and you will never know where I move. That is 100% correct.
It's funny, right?
Going anywhere. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. It seems like you're jealous of my success. It seems like you're jealous of my knowledge that I possess. It seems like you're jealous that you wish you were me. You wish you were educated. Well, let me tell you this. Let me set the record straight there, Gassy Gary. You're a fat fuck that's uneducated, that never will be educated, that
Don't
got
lay on there.
hand-me-downs from daddy. And if you didn't get that, you'd amount to a piece of shit, which you already are, and you already were. So it doesn't matter, really. You're a pile of shit, steaming dog shit. Describes you You're a pile of shit. You're a loser. Everything's been handed to you with a little gold spoon in your mouth. You burned all your family. That's why you come here and you try to act like a big tough guy, but really you're nothing. You're a zero. You're nada. You're persona non grata there, Gassy. That's what your whole family says about you. That's what your whole family says about you. Your siblings don't like you, and you know that. I'm speaking the truth. Your siblings don't like you. Your own kids. Garrett doesn't even like you. Your own kid that's an amateur radio operator. Garrett doesn't like you. Yeah, he sat right here at my desk and talked on my radio. No, he didn't. He did not do anything of the sort.
There's
not an accurate or truthful thing that ever comes out of your mouth. Garrett John Elmer, K-I-6-E-T-S. Edward Paul Sam was out here the other night talking shit about you. Not interesting in a good way. You're not interesting in any way, shape, or form. You're a dipshit. You think you can outdo me verbally. You think you can outdo me physically. You think that you're the man, that you're the big shot. You're just a fucking jackass. And you know that. Deep down inside, you know that. You know you're a jackass. You know I'm setting you straight. You know you're going to do the about face, forward march, walk of shame. Because shame on you. Shame on you. Should be spending time with your so-called wife at 10:17 in the morning, or are you just hopped up right now, and you're so hopped up
all hopped up.
that after I end key, you're going to listen and do an about-face, forward march, walk of shame, and you're going to just drink your little fucking sorrows right down the drain. One thing you've accomplished in all your life, Bug-Eye. Just name one. I'm doing it right now.
Bug-Eye.
This is an accomplishment. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gassy Gary, and I speak the truth. Enough. Just take a bitch fucking forward march, about face, walk of shame. You've already signed clear about 5 times.
Too funny. Remember, this isn't not.
John Elmer, K6GE. What a dipshit.
99% of hams aren't like this. This is the 1%ers that are
I'll give you a different name.
are quite wild.
Jackass Elmer.
This is light right now.
Oh, actually, Gary's a very nice person. Why don't you get a room with him tonight? You can go to Motel 8. Before that, you didn't get your boyfriend, James C. Stewart, and everybody knows what that stands for. You didn't get him a wedding present. You're a cheapskate, just like Gary John Elmer.
It's not, that's 2 people he's fighting.
Jimmy Miller Spritz, old codger. Very good.
He's fucking wild. Steve is wild, dude.
You got an idea? Why don't you take a walk off a short pier?
Long walk off a short pier, but okay.
Long walk off a short pier. Yeah, well, why don't you school me there? 70. Gassy, Gary, Elmer. This is N6EKZ and QSO with K6GE. Gary Jackass Elmer. I own you. You don't own shit. You own nothing. You don't even own the car you drive that you try to impress everybody with. You don't even own that. You don't own your Facebook page. You don't own jack shit. I own you, and that you don't own me, and you don't get anything from me, and you're persona non grata. You've checked out about 12 times already. Spinning you up every day. You're not spinning me up. You're not capable. You don't have any talent whatsoever. You're an extra jackass. Extra class amateur. You bought that license from Arnold Gamson. He told me when he was living. So think of something else, Gary Jackass Elmer.
Liz, you can listen to it on your phone. You don't have to wait for me to give it to you. See, there's 2 repeaters out here, okay? Started on 435. That's where really all these people came from there. Then all of a sudden this faction split. And some of them went to 450. We're listening to 450 now. But you listen to 435, there's plenty of shit that happens on there too. And it's like there's a...
You should have kept your first call sign, KC6LAG, because you're such a lagger. Oh, that's funny. How long did that take you to figure out? Wow, you really got quick wit, man. You're funny. You should do stand-up comedy on Sunset Boulevard. Wow. God damn it. Who helped you think of that?
Okay, I want you to go to your app store. Look.
Who helped you think of that? Wow, you're so clever. You are just one clever jackass.
Put in Broadcastify.
You're stuttering there, jackass. Jump, jackass. You want to play the jumping jackass game? I thought you were clear. 18 times you signed out, K6GE, Gary Jackass Elmer, and you're still here for me to kick you around more. You need to go lick your wounds.
And get it's a free.
You need to go lick your wounds, fat boy sausage finger, freak show.
It's a free police scanner app.
Little girl, Gary Jackass Elmer with that stringy looking hair. I mean, if I took string cheese and taped it around your head, that would look better than your jackass haircut, your little girl haircut.
Come on, Stinks.
Your little girl
Come on.
haircut, Gary Jackass Elmer. Your little girl haircut. Well, you got Steve Hump and really spun up to listen to him.
That stinks. Laying on the machine.
You don't even faze me, Gary Jackass Elmer.
Thanks, Stinks. We get it.
Shut your fucking mouth, jackass. Sausage fingers.
Just like that, but Tify. Tify. Peter. Just like that, but IFY at the end. And then when you have that downloaded, you can search Los Angeles, California, then Los Angeles.
What are you, about 68, 69 now, Gary Jackass?
And you'll see two.
Gary Jackass, so you're about 69. How old are you?
You'll see two.
KGH Elmer, Gary Jackass Elmer, Gary John Elmer, G Elmer, GJ Elmer, BJ Elmer. Okay, Gary John TR Elmer.
And both will be labeled Renegade Repeater. That's what you're looking for. Renegade Repeater. 147.450 and 147.435. You'll want both of them. Save both of those. And then you can pop back and forth because sometimes one will be dead quiet. The other one will have action.
You need to beat it.
And there's a bong hit net on 435. Tammy and Tommy run the bong hit net at 420 every day. You can hit them up at their email. She'll give it on the air. And then you can email her. Or if you have a ham operator's license, you can hit them up on the radio, get a bong hit number, and check in, tell them what you're smoking. And yeah, talk about weed for a little bit every day at 420. What's up, Robert?
A Democrat.
You're welcome.
A Democrat behavior.
Yeah, you have to have a license, Mad Trees. These guys all have license. In fact, you have different levels of license. And if you're like, a tech, they're gonna laugh at you because you're not an extra class or advanced. You know what I mean? So, he just barely passed his check. So don't think they're not looking down at their nose at you. Again, some of these guys, most of them are quite bright. It's not just for idiots. So you study for 10, 20 hours and you get your knowledge and you pass your test and you can start talking, but only on certain bands. And then as you get more of an advanced license, the few steps up, you're able to, go to all the bands. I believe an extra class, like these guys, extra class hams, these guys can go on whatever band they want, as long as they have the radio capability and talk anywhere. And again, you could talk to people in Japan, Australia, California. I mean, they're fucking everywhere. There are celebrities, too, that are hams, like somebody was saying, Tom Green. And I know Joe Walsh from the Eagles. What happened there? Fucking wiped out. Oh, shit. Wiped both those kids out. Hopefully they're all right. It's a good thing about a kid, man. They can take the rough and tumble and shit. Uh-oh, the other kid lost his ski. Like, what the fuck happened? This homie just rolls by. Doesn't even see what's happening. Poor kid. Hopefully his bindings didn't break. Oh, yep. All right, guys. So that, because again, that was a, oh no, it got quiet on there. Let's see. Yeah, they're just quiet now. See, that's what's weird. They'll go after each other like that, and then all of a sudden, they're done. They'll come back later, and then they'll start all over again. One will hear the other one talking to somebody about a normal conversation, about potato chips or whatever, and then they'll just hear that voice walk into their radio room and fuck with them. Just troll them. That's how it works. So again, like I said, Broadcastify, go find Renegade Repeater. There are two, both in California, of course. And, yeah, go check them out. Tell them Smoking Scan sent you. All right. Thank you guys for joining me for everything you do. All the likes, the love, the donos, the thumbs ups. They really do work. And I guess that's it. I mean, I'll see you if there's a chase. If there is no chase, I'll see you Friday morning and Friday night for our normal show. So enjoy your hump day. And I guess that's it. So be good. On behalf of Stink Bomb and myself, we are out of here for now.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, you guys. I'm a gang.
Bye, y'all.